Hey, it's Sue. Welcome to the Lenormand Lovers. I'm so happy that you're here and that you have an interest in learning how to read Lenormand cards. They're my favorite. So I'm going to let me share my screen with you and we'll get started. Today, we are going to talk about two card combinations. So one of the great things about learning how to read Lenormand cards is that they help you connect with your intuition. So let's get started. So what are Lenormand cards? We covered this. I'll go through it pretty quickly. So they're named after Mademoiselle Lenormand. She was a French professional fortune teller who lived back during the time of Napoleon. She was considered the greatest cartomancer of all time, highly influential in the wave of French cartomancy that began during the 18th century. She didn't create the cards, but she became famous for using them with her clients. This is a very simple deck, 36 cards, illustrated, fairly concrete, literal meanings, and they're known as Petite Lenormand. As with all fortune-telling vehicles, these are to be used for fun and for a form of entertainment and to not rule your lives. We're all born with free will that we need to exercise when making decisions daily. So why Lenormand cards? They're very straightforward. Each symbol represents something, an object, a person, idea that speaks directly to each one of us. We use our own personal symbol vocabulary or spirit vocabulary to tell the story that shows up in the cards. If I was to mention to you, let's say flowers, you immediately have a picture in your head, not only of what flowers look like, but what flowers mean for you. And that's where we pull our spirit vocabulary. So there's only 36 cards that are anchored in simplicity, making the foundation work to prepare to read the Lenormand cards easy to grasp. The deck is very small and easy to hold in your hand, like a deck of cards, which we like. So the benefits of reading Lenormand. Working with the Lenormand cards will strengthen your connection to your intuition. Being so easy to read, Lenormand cards will strengthen your confidence in your reading skills very quickly. They can show you the direction you're heading in any situation at any time, and it's up to you to decide if you want to stay the course or change your energy and move in a different direction. The cards serve as a messenger from your higher consciousness. All the answers that you seek to any situation already lie within you. You just have to tap in to your intuition to hear the message and the answer. These cards are eerily accurate and can give a glimpse of your future, helping you to prepare and manage your life. So the resources, I use two different kinds of cards. I use the Learning Way Lenormand. I love them. They're just so beautiful. And I use the Blue Owl. They're very, very simple, kind of old-fashioned, easy to read. And this is a must-have, the Essential Lenormand book by Rana George. This is it's just broken out so beautifully. Each card gets 2 or 3 pages that talks about a very extensive meanings, but you don't need to memorize them, because what really is important to tap into your intuition is what that symbol means to you, because it'll show up for you in a way that you will understand without having to strain your brain to remember. All of these things are available on Amazon. I studied under a very talented teacher for several years here in St. Louis, building my reading skills. This led to my reading for the public in 2017. From all of this that I'm going to tell you, choose what speaks to you and leave the rest. So some decks, I also want to point out, come with extra cards. They might have extra people cards, like a young man versus an old man, or a young woman versus an old woman. I have a deck that has a couple of different versions of the birds. Might be owls on one card, might be little parakeets on another. I have a deck that actually has like a bonus card. I'm not sure what that's for. So again, I would start with the basic 36 cards as you learn how to read them and interpret the symbols. So I've done some previous videos. The first one was all about building your spirit vocabulary, choosing one word meanings for each cards. So if you haven't watched that first yet, I would go back and watch that. There are no set rules, and practice is key to your experience. So Two card combinations. So Lenormand cards are read in pairs of two, coming together to create a prediction that tells the story or answers the question that's asked. The symbols flow together to give clarity about the past and to give you a glimpse of the future. Combining cards helps us blend the story of the cards, and stringing the cards together is what makes a coherent statement. So one of the Lenormand reading formats uses all 36 cards, but you don't read all 36 cards. You read them two at a time together, depending on where they are in the reading. So learning how to read the two card combinations is fundamental to building your foundation for reading Lenormand cards. All right, so you're going to use your spirit vocabulary. So you're going to look at the very first card as the subject in a two card reading, and the second card as the description that modifies it. Or the first card is the noun and the second card is the adjective. So I had to, get refreshed on what the meanings of all this was, because I'm not an English teacher. But a noun is a word that identifies a class of people, a place, or a thing. And the adjective is a word or phrase related to the noun that modifies it or describes it. So it's really not as hard as it sounds. Anyway, here we go. Two card combinations. We are going to be talking about the coffin. So does it run chills down your spine? So you see it right here in the picture. It's a cute little portrayal of a coffin, but it's hard to put a positive spin on the coffin other than to say painful endings usually are what opens the door to something new and wonderful. So as your mama would say, when one window closes, another one opens. So the other thing that coffin can signify is big hurdles, depression or discouragement, could be about worry. It's the card of painful change and transformation. And it can show up as an end to unfortunate circumstances. So we will get started now with the coffin. So the coffin with painful endings, and the writer is about news. So this would be the news of endings. So the next one is clover. So we don't want to talk about lucky painful endings, but it would be the luck cancels out the painful endings in that things are starting to look up. So that window that closed, now there's one that's opening. So things look up. Trip. So you don't want to think of the trip ending painfully, but it might be about moving on. So maybe it's immigration. So I'll put moving and immigration. So painful endings and the house. So the house is all about, your home. So maybe you're selling it. Maybe you're selling your home and you might not want to, but even if you wanted to, it's always hard to walk away from all those years of what you did in that house, growing relationships and raising children. So now painful endings and health. This could definitely be a serious illness. So good health coming to an end. Now the coffins and the cloud. So we have endings and confusion. So this could be, the loss again of mental health. So I'm going to say mental illness. Maybe Alzheimer's. That's probably, anyway, that's what I would say. Now we have the coffin and the snake. Both are negative. So ending and danger and betrayal. So this is a dangerous ending. So the bouquet is a gift. So that gift can cancel out the painful endings. So that could be recovery, but this could also be, you know, the funeral itself. This could be the bouquets that you get at a funeral. Now the coffin and the scythe. The scythe is sharp and fast and eliminating. So this could be a sudden death or a sudden transition. Now we have arguments or repetition. So this could be arguments ending. Or the arguments that cause the painful ending. Maybe you just had one too many fight and you're just done. Birds is about talking. So it could be about gossip. I think it would just be a sad conversation. Oops. Now we have the child, which is new, or it could also just be small. So this could maybe be a small ending. So now we have the fox. That's a negative, and it's about sneaky or job. So let's say it's sneaky. So the manipulation ends, or maybe it's a loss of a job. The bear is about business, finances, can also be diet. So let's say this is a business that's closing. You're just out of money. Stars is about wishes and dreams, and coffin is about ending. So dreams come to an end. Painful endings, and the stork, which is transition. So transition maybe is over. So transition complete. The dog is a loyal friend. And then the painful endings, maybe it's the loss of a friend. Now, again, it doesn't have to be a death. It could just be a relationship that's come to an end. So the coffin and the tower is about corporations, multi-level things, something related to a big organization would be coming to an end. So let's say there's a corporate ending. So whatever that would mean, that could mean you know, your insurance is over. It could be something with the hospital, but multi-level or isolation is coming to an end. So the garden is all about your social group gatherings. So the gatherings coming to an end. So let's say your gathering is canceled. Now we have mountain, which is about delays and obstacles. So I would say you're stuck. You're stuck over obstacles. Could also be you're stuck over the endings, you know, when you get in grief. I think that's what I would say that is. That is grief. You're stuck trying to work your way through something. The coffin and crossroads. Crossroads is about options. So I would say your options are no longer available. Now we have mice and coffin. So painful, stress and painful endings. So I would say stress ends. Sometimes double negatives work in your favor. So love and painful ending, or heart and painful endings. This could be a heart attack. This could be the end of a relationship. Now we have the ring and painful ending. So I would say a broken engagement or contract. So we have secret knowledge next, the book, which is secret knowledge. So a secret has ended. So the secret is revealed. Painful endings and written communication. This is a negative message. This could be anything related to the painful ending. This could be a death certificate. It could be something unpleasant. So now we have the man and the woman. So I'm going to say a negative man or a negative woman. Could be a broken relationship with either one of those. Now the lily is peace and tranquility, and the coffin being painful ending. So the end of peace. It could also be old age, the passing at old age. Now the sun is success. So success is so positive, it's going to cancel out those negative endings. So there will be success. So happy endings. I can't type. Now we have the moon, psychic, emotion. So emotional ending, a loss. So the key is all about solutions. So solutions to the painful ending, so things will improve. So fishes is resources and abundance. So abundance with painful endings. So it's a financial loss or a loss of resources, whatever you interpret that to be. So the anchor is security. So I'm going to say end of security. You're adrift. And then the burden. So I would say grief over the loss. All right. So hope this is helpful. We are going to be moving on to number 9 next. And that is the bouquet. So that's a really positive one. So if you're going to do that with me, just you can end here and jump to that video. Or if this is it for you for a while, let me just tell you a couple other things. I'm not going to walk you through each combination today. Come back and do each card through the videos as they're posted. Or you can do all of the 2-card combinations on your own because you have the worksheets. My gift to you will be the 2-card combinations completely done, but those are my spirit vocabulary and may not resonate with you. The links are down below. I'm going to be doing more videos to help you read 3-card, 5-card, portrait spreads, and eventually the grand tableau, and I hope you join me. In the meantime, if you have any questions, email me at sue@piedpiperofpurpose.com. I won't interpret your reading for you, but I'll help you if you're stuck with something or if you have a question, and I'm really, really proud of you. This is a lot of work, but this is the foundation to being a good reader. It strengthens your intuition, and you're on your way. You're on your way. So thanks so much, and we will see you for bouquet. Thanks so much.